For most of my life, I thought happiness was the ultimate goal, not in some philosophical way, but in a very practical one. The idea was simple: build a life that makes you happy, get a right job, earn more money, travel, buy things you once wanted, and eventually you arrive at a point where you feel happy. At least that's what I believed before. But somewhere along the way, I started noticing something strange. Even when good things happen, even when life looked interesting from the outside, that feeling of happiness really never stayed for a long time. It would appear for a moment, sometimes for a few hours, sometimes for a day, and then slowly disappear again. And after repeating this cycle many times, I started wondering, maybe happiness isn't actually the thing that I'm looking for. Happiness is a beautiful thing, but the more I observe it, the more I realize how temporary it is. You achieve something you wanted, you feel happy. You buy something you dreamed about once, you feel happy. You go somewhere exciting, you feel happy. But then after a while, the mind adjusts. The excitement fades, the experience becomes normal, and suddenly the same life that made you happy a few weeks ago feels ordinary again. So naturally, you start looking for the next thing, the next experience, the next improvement, the next source of excitement. And without realizing it, your life becomes a series of small chases. Small pursuits of moments that feel good but never really last. I started noticing this pattern in myself, especially because my life includes things that are supposed to make people happy. I travel a lot because of my job. I've lived in different countries. I drive a car I once really wanted. From the outside, it looked exciting, but excitement and happiness are not the same as peace. What I began to realize is that happiness often works like a moment of pleasure, a moment of satisfaction, a moment of excitement. But moments come and go. You cannot hold on to them. And when your entire life is built around chasing those moments, something strange happens. You become restless. You're always looking forward to the next good feeling, the next improvement, the next escape from the ordinary. But what I started craving more and more was something different. Not excitement, not stimulation, not constant pleasure. What I wanted was peace. Peace of mind is a very different feeling. It's quieter, it's not dramatic. Sometimes it's almost boring compared to excitement. But it has something happiness often doesn't have, which is stability. Peace is that feeling when nothing in your life feels like it urgently needs to change. You're not chasing something, you're not running from something, you're not constantly thinking about what should be better. You just exist in your life and feel okay with everything around you, content with where you are, accepting of the state you're currently in. There is nothing heavy on your mind, nothing you're obsessively trying to fix, no pressure to prove something, just a sense that things are fine. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that's actually what I want. Not endless happiness or excitement, but peace of mind. The reason peace feels more meaningful to me is because it doesn't depend on constant stimulation. Happiness often needs something external, good news, a good experience, a reward. Peace doesn't require that. Peace can exist in very simple moments. Sitting quietly after a long day, walking somewhere without rushing, feeling like your life makes sense even if it's not perfect. It's the absence of internal chaos. And when I look at people who truly seem balanced in life, that's what I notice. They're not constantly excited. They're not constantly celebrating success, but they seem calm, grounded, comfortable with themselves. That kind of presence is much rarer than happiness. I'm still figuring this out. I'm not someone who has mastered peace of mind, not at all. But I'm starting to pay more attention to the difference between pleasure and peace. Some things in life create a quick pleasure, but they also create pressure. Other things are quieter and slower, but they bring calm. And I'm beginning to value those things more. Not because excitement is bad, but because excitement alone doesn't create a peaceful life. So when people say that happiness is the ultimate goal in life, I'm not so sure anymore. Happiness is beautiful, but it's temporary. It comes and goes like waves. Peace of mind feels different. It feels deeper, more stable, more sustainable. And lately, that's what I find myself searching for. Not the next moment of happiness, but the kind of life where I can sit quietly, look around, and feel like there is nothing I urgently need to chase. Just acceptance of the life I'm living. And the quiet feeling that it's enough.